Yo, it's Guido coming at you with a tactics talk. Sorry about the sun thing, but we got, it's very bright. Now, normally I wouldn't make a video at this time of day because of the brightness, but Todd sold that send this to me. Send this to me? Sent this to me. Look at this, 2 marked E25. You gotta like that. Here on Himmel Siegfried Leindorf, and he asked me what he could do better, and then I looked at the results and I'm like, okay, well, let's just do a ride along because he's going to have a huge game. And it's difficult to find something to do better that you can do better when you have a really good game. That doesn't mean you can't find some things, or at least some suggestions, let's put it that way, on things he could have tried. He's top tier, I believe, with a tier 7 here with the E25. This is a fantastic setup for an E25. Not a whole lot of heavy armor to chew through either. The IS-2S could give him trouble unless he can get around to the side. The rest of it, maybe the HT and the ARL to some extent, maybe the KV2, but he's got 15 APCR. He's carrying 2 HE. Well, there's one thing you could do better. I don't know why. I don't know why you have HE in an E25, but if it works for you, my friend, go for it. Go for it. I realize it's one of those, well, I can do a reset of the cap with it. It's just that the HE on this little tiny gun is unreliable at best. All right, so it goes out to the field. All right, fair enough. Doing what E25s do. Found a bush, shooting from it. Remember, this tank did not get nerfed when the TDs got nerfed, or at least didn't get nerfed as much. I'd have to look at it. I don't remember exactly what the details were. But it doesn't lose as much camo when it fires than regular TDs do. Although it lost enough to get spotted there as the setter kind of came up and over, and the little cockroach is going to scurry backwards. Now he's going to shoot a whole bunch. And I mean a whole bunch. In fact, looking at the amount of ammo he has and knowing how much he fired, he's going to come pretty close to running out. Something you find sometimes with the E25 that seems like a whole lot of ammo because it fires so fast, though, you can really chew through your ammo. You have to be a little bit careful to not do too much of this right here. You have some options to do it, but the blind firing, because it fires so fast, you can really chew through your ammo. I mean, he's not hitting anything because you can see it hitting the ground behind. I think I would probably give up on that right about now. Maybe 2 shots, 1 or 2. If you think you're hitting something, take a second one, but if it keeps going through, I would stop shooting. Now, he looks like he's going to probably be the only feller over here, unless he can help his... No, he can't. Staghound died. This guy's spotted or tracked, but no, he's not. See if we can track him maybe as he tries to get away. Putting the hurt on him. He's showing us... Oh no, look out, dude. Couldn't quite. Those things are notorious for their whole traverse being very slow, so he had a hard time getting situated to go hide back behind that little nook there. So the FSV is still spotting for him, but he's taking hits. Things are going, looks like okay, at least neutral-wise in the city. So we'll see what Todd does here. He did mention he thought he hung out in the field a little too long. We'll see what happens. Can you take an E25 into the city here? Sure. Is it kind of a pain in the rear? Absolutely. Does he need to be there necessarily right now? Not based on how things are going. But really, you're looking for shots at the end of the day. And so we're going to waste a few more shots shooting into the bushes there. That's hard to tell whether we were hitting the dead Hulk or something else. If he kills the setter, then I will golf clap it. But I'll tell you what, I think you're wasting way too much ammo doing this. Maybe the setter will come up dead here. I don't know. So we shoot 3 or 4 in there. Got a Wolverine spotted. Oh, this poor guy. I would aim for the track, man. This thing is accurate enough. I would try to track him. So front right corner of the tank. Didn't quite get that. He's dumb enough to sit there, so it didn't really matter. Oh, there's the setter. He's lit. So he's moved up to that spot. Now, this is the point, and probably what he was talking about. There is a point where you can take your little E25 and get on your horse and go after things like setters and gun them down. You do have to be careful about being circled, but this thing can defend against a circle pretty well. First of all, it's really fast, so getting away is an option potentially, although the setter's got decent speed. The other thing is that the hull does spin pretty well, so in terms of defending itself on a guy trying to circle, it's pretty good. I'm not sure what we were doing there, but the setter made a big mistake, and he's bumming right now. He probably is not very happy that he's got an E25 in his face. Now, this is the old charge of the Light Brigade E25 that's expert at it. The setter, unfortunately, needed to just try to make line of sight. just do something to make the E25 turn a bit so that the balloon gets a little bit worse, and maybe close on him and try to get around him. But sitting there and rocking back and forth, that's not going to happen. And what he just did right there is something that the E25 excels at. There's quite a few TDs that can do it. This one is just really good at it. That was interesting. All right. He stopped him, so I'll give him that. Get a bounce, and the 3-4 gets dead. Now, I don't know if maybe he was trying to track him with the ram. That is a player right there. If your E25 crew has controlled impact, remember controlled impact is both offensive and defensive. So it might be counterintuitive to go, well, on a little light tank like in the E25, why the hell would I take controlled impact? Well, you take it so you minimize damage from rams to you. Whoa, very nice. So I have it on my Manicore. Manicore actually can ram pretty well with it. You will survive more rams, and when other people try to ram you, you'll take less damage. So I wouldn't say it's a mandatory necessarily, but it's certainly one to think about if you start to get a crew with a lot of skills and you're running out of things for your driver to do. Unfortunately, drivers have 4 really good skills, and if you count camo and repair, that's 6 really good skills. So we're going to start shooting at this guy. We haven't gone to any of our gold. That's good. So we're going to keep the gold for the end game. Slap him. We're up to 29 or 2,400, almost 2,500 damage. Couple extra shots, and man, you really got to be careful now. We're down to, math in public, 19 shots left total. And we still have to chew through an IS-2, a Jag Panther, and a KV-2. Looks like they've pushed your survivors into the back. We're going to move around, potentially around behind them, doing what E25 drivers generally do, which is try to keep standoff. That's where its strengths lie. If it can shoot while not being spotted, it's an absolute beast. So Artie just went in right there. Looks like Artie took a shot. The enemy already took a shot at the M10. You can see the little circle right there as the M10 was going by. I think Todd probably saw the shot go out. There's another shot going out, so he's going to head in here and see if he can't shut down the Artie. If he can kill the LEF, that'll be a real help for his team. The other thing about doing this, talk about for just a second now, he's got both these guys lit. A couple things here. Number one, he still has guys guarding the cap. In fact, the rest of his team other than the RBFM are back there. So falling back right at the moment, plus the speed of the E25, this is actually not a bad plan. Get in behind him, kill off the Artie if you can, and then it's fast enough to get back to his cap if he needs to. We'll see what happens, whether he tries to put cap pressure, because that's the other part of this plan. Once their Artie starts dying and a guy gets in the cap, you might peel back some of the dudes that are in the middle. And now we got a situation where Todd's team is lighter, but there's more of them, and they're faster. Plus they've got the view range thing or the spotting thing going on. All right, now he does get spotted, so let's see if the JP gets a shot. I'm sure he's spinning around and trying to shoot the E25. Looks like he's going to come in here and we're going to take out the LEF. We've gone to gold. LEF has pretty good armor for this tier. He's hanging out right there. There we go. He does get a shot on him. Fixes it. Whack. Nice thing about the E25 is he will out-reload the LEF all day with at least a couple shots. We're at 3,136, and unfortunately, the enemy team has actually shut down a few of Todd's buddies during that action, and now he's got to think about going to his cap. So the option of jumping on their cap may be gone at this point, especially with the JP sitting over there. He does have 2 Artie helping. The 304 sort of moving around. I don't know if maybe he's trying to spot or if he's just trying to live. It may be a case of him just trying to live at this point. This is very interesting. Todd's going in here. He outspots the T20, who keeps on trucking. Now, the T20 is going to know he's spotted because everybody's got 6th sense now. He's going to come out around behind this. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Unfortunately, he had just enough light until he got 1 shot. And it sounds like maybe he hit him. So the T20 appears to be probably about a 1 shot. I like this. I would close in on the T20 as well and try to finish him off. Nice job by the LEF. Oh, the T20 knew you were there because he got hit, so he tried to turtle up, and we ran him. Okay. Did we ram him? Or was it a... no, we shot him. All right. It looks like the shot killed him. The only ram damage was to Todd. All right, now we just have to track down the IS-2. And, hey, guys, there's something to think about. The IS-2 is trying to cap it out, but it also lets everyone in the world know where he is. If I was the IS-2, I'd be running around trying to push something and shoot him in the face. kill as many guys as I can instead of sit on cap, because he's about to get outspotted by the E25. This should be easy peasy right here. Comes up and over. Oh, doesn't quite see him. Shots going in. All right, one thing to think about here is there's no hurry, right? 1 minute and 4 seconds. There's 6 minutes left in the game. That's the only guy we know where he is. Looks like maybe some guys are coming back to help. Maybe one of the artillery will see him or something. It may be that Todd will have to push in and figure it out, but it's no real hurry. Let's kind of watch this develop, and it looks like that's what he's doing, and now he's decided to go. There, he's found him. Look at this, he's still unspotted. Now we got to be careful here. I like this. He's maybe going after the track. I think I'd go into that front corner, man. Just so he can't move. If he can't move, he can't get out from behind. He's just getting absolutely smoked by everything. Now he gets lit on fire, and it just cranks up the damage to 4,000. Look at that farm. The last, what, 800 hit points or so just about off the IS-2. Cranks us up to 4,251. Look at that. An 8-kill game. So not the pools, but the Radley Walters, I believe, right? Nicely done. 8 kills, over 4,000 damage. Nice little clinic in the E25. That's how you want to do it if you can do it that way. If it's that permissive, you can have a great game in an E25. And what was our ammo count? 2, 1, and 2. That came close. So the question, was there anything he did wrong? Well, I mean, it was a great game. I would say, did you stay in the field too long? I don't necessarily think so. You had shots most of the time. You were working the field. I didn't think that was a huge problem. My only issue with the field stuff was the amount of times you shot blind shots. I just felt like a couple are fine, but 3 or 4 in the same spot, unless you know you're hitting them, and maybe you thought you were, but I could see, you know, splashes behind, things like that. Be really careful with the fast-firing tanks and guns on firing too many blind shots. Was it too many today? No, he still had some ammo left, but I think we were getting a little closer necessarily than we needed to be. I liked going after the Arty based on your speed and the situation and the relatively small map. It was still more or less under control, and you took their Arty off the board, and then you kind of got them thinking about what's going on, and then nice job just saying, you know what, I'm not going to try to cap. Let me just come in behind them from the other way and smoking, what, the last 2 guys, the T20 and IS-2. Well done on that game. I'm glad I got to this. Tomorrow's the patch, or, well, you'll see this well after the patch, but all my replays will be ganked by the patch, so I'm glad I actually saw this and was able to watch it because that was a fun game. Thanks for sending that in, Todd. Much appreciated. Everybody else have a great day, and we will see you.